Hi, I'm Nick Tyra, and this is my senior project 20 by 20 milestone presentation for GRC 462, and I'm doing my project on designing an online storefront for integration with a social media brand. So hello again, I'm Nick Tyra. I'm currently a student in graphic communication at Cal Poly, and I'm concentrating in web and digital media. And I enjoy making things look nice and work intuitively, especially stuff like apps and websites. So the problem that we'll be addressing with this project is the social media brand that I'm working with called Mediocre needs a web store in order to sell merch and track orders more efficiently, because the current solution of doing it through direct messages on Instagram isn't quite cutting it. And so the solution to this problem that will hopefully be brought about through this project is we're going to use Squarespace to design a fully fledged web store to integrate with Mediocre's Instagram page. So it'll do things like handle order tracking and payment processing and all the hard stuff. So some of the objectives that I'm hoping to accomplish through this project are the quality and the function of the web design, the user research and data collection, and then finally the integration of the storefront with the social media brand and the Instagram page. So one important question we have to ask is, how can we stand out? Because the web store has to draw users who are faced with hundreds of alternatives, all sorts of different online shopping options. And so we need to make sure that we make aesthetic and design choices that'll help our web store stand out from the rest. So a quick overview of the process for this project. The first step is going to be researching and gathering data. And then the second step, going to implement that data into the design decisions of the website. And then third and lastly, I'm going to build the website and deliver the finished web store. And so another quick look at the project planning process. So to start, decide on the topic, and then from there need to research and do data collection, which includes background research and user surveys. And then we also need some tracking strategies like WBSs and Gantt charts. So to continue the project plan, some of the methods are using design and user interface and marketing techniques to create a fully functional web store. For resources, we have the Adobe Creative Cloud and a 10-week timeline for the project. And techniques, going to want to keep it simple and understated. And so here we have the Adobe Creative Cloud suite. And for this project, Adobe has pretty much every necessary tool that I'm going to need to build this web store, aside from Squarespace, the actual platform itself, but everything else can be done with the Adobe suite. And we decided to choose Squarespace as the website builder. A big part of it was pricing and budget, because they have a lot better pricing options than platforms like Shopify, which are more enterprise-based. And Squarespace also has some nice modern templates to get the aesthetic that we're going for. So some more on the project plan. The work breakdown structure basically is starting with background research and then going into developing the website and then finally integrating the website with the social media page. And the Gantt chart is a little breakdown of my timeline for the project, which you'll see more in the next slide. So here's another look at the Gantt chart. And you can see all of the different phases of the project are broken down on the left side. And then the timeline of the 10-week period goes across to the right. And it helps me kind of lay out what I'm going to do when and where I should be on certain processes. So one important part is going to be integrating the web store to the social media page on Instagram. And that's going to be done through Instagram ads posted by the account itself, word of mouth. If followers tell their friends about the Instagram page, and then therefore they tell them about the web store. And paid ads are also a possibility, but not necessary. So a quick recap of the process. First, we have research, then implement that research, then use those implementations in the design, and then build the website, integrate it into the social media page, and finally deliver the finished site. A couple ways that we can monitor success for this project. The first one is the functionality of the web store, so its ability to reliably track and process orders and payments, and then also the integration with the Instagram page, and we can monitor that through the number of followers that click through to the web store. And so this is going to be our final deliverable for this project, the finished web store. So the end goal of this project is a completed, fully functional web store for the Mediocre brand to sell merch and track orders, which will be much better than the current solution. So here's a preview of the mobile version of the Mediocre web store. The mobile site is going to be simplified for usability, but also trying to keep those striking aesthetics. Trying to go for that understated yet bold kind of look, but keeping it simple for the mobile view. And then for the desktop site, it's going to be a fully featured web store, but we want to keep it minimalistic and aesthetically pleasing, so it's not too busy, not too crowded, still very usable, still very easy to navigate, but also has everything you would need and want in a web store. So thanks everyone. I hope this gave a good idea, a good overview of my project and the processes that I'll be going through to accomplish it. If you have any questions, my contact info is listed. Thanks.